Welcome to Story Starters, a nonprofit organization that empowers parents and educators to raise children who embrace difference and approach the world with curiosity, compassion, and confidence. Since 2017, more than 400 participants have engaged in our Family Conversations program, which centers on using books as windows and mirrors for kids and modeling for parents how to draw connections between books and their own children's experiences. This brief video will take you through the why, what, and how of Story Starters. First, the why. Simply put, racial bias starts very early in life. Our kids have acquired this bias by the age of 3. Even Black children develop anti-Black bias from this early age. Many of us grew up being encouraged to not see color and treat everyone the same. But research has repeatedly shown that colorblind attitudes actually increase racial bias among children. Adults' discomfort around speaking about race often signals to our children that race is something that should not be spoken about. Yet, children are naturally curious about the world and are constantly noticing differences among people, whether they're talking about it or not. Without positive conversations about these differences, kids can more easily internalize negative stereotypes about themselves and others. Based on this research, Story Starters has developed our Family Conversations program for families with children ages 3 to 8. Family Conversations uses picture books as tools to help families guide conversations about race in their homes. Because here's the good news. These family conversations make a significant difference in combating racial bias formation. Talking with kids reinforces their exposure to people of different races and makes explicit their family's racial attitudes. We know that adults are often fearful of saying the wrong thing to their kids. Racial equity work is important, and parents want to get it right. Here's how we help them. The Story Starters model has been carefully developed over the years by a multiracial team of educators. Questions of representation and culture have been examined through many different lenses to ensure authenticity and to center multiple perspectives. Our model targets the critical developmental window of ages 3 to 8, when adults are poised to have the most impact on shaping kids' racial attitudes. The model is rooted in years of research, and the curriculum is facilitated by experts trained in racial equity education. And what makes the model easy for families to access is the way in which it fits into at-home reading routines. As part of the Family Conversations program, families receive their own bundle of 6 books to keep at home, tailored to their children's ages. Along with those books, families receive paper and electronic resources that help guide reading and conversation about the books. Families have a chance to connect with each other at several in-person events, often featuring special guests. Additionally, there are opportunities for adult learning in our virtual workshops and through individual coaching sessions. Here's one example of what families will receive in their book bundles. Each package within the bundle centers on a theme. The 2 books shown focus on the danger of a single story as it pertains to immigrants to America. The books are accompanied by a bookmark with focal points and questions to ask before, during, and after reading. Parents receive additional resources corresponding with the books in a parent guide that is emailed to them. A big part of Story Starters is creating points of connection for our families, with us, with each other, and with storytellers of many different racial and cultural identities. This is where so much of the magic of the program happens, as children begin to understand the real-life stories that drive the creation of their favorite picture books. We know that talking to kids about race can feel uncomfortable, even scary, for parents who don't feel like they know what to do. At Story Starters, we welcome and validate adults' anxiety and fully acknowledge that when it comes to racial equity learning, none of us has all the answers. Our goal is to help parents do this work with their kids in spite of their discomfort, and to show them that they are not alone. Over and over, parents share with us that the Family Conversations program helped them feel much more prepared to have these conversations with their kids. Of course, our ultimate goal is to help families raise culturally curious, compassionate, and confident children who have the ability to notice when something feels unjust and with the help of trusted adults to take action and speak up for themselves and others. We are continually amazed by the ways in which kids learning at Story Starter shows up in their daily lives, even years after they've completed the program. Story Starters is ready to help you build racial equity learning in your community. We look forward to meeting with you soon to think about how we can bring this impactful program to the kids in your community.